Hi, I'm Hugh from SRI, and this video we're going to show you what's on the inside of the GC, just to get familiar with it. So there's 6 screws around the side, the front and back, so you need to remove the screws. So and there's one on each side too. Then the GC is really designed so that you can tilt it up on its back. Even when it's running, the GC is still running, it's still connected to gas, it's just happy to run on its back. So we can show you what's on the inside without even turning off the power or disconnecting from the computer. So these things over here are what we call EPCs, electronic pressure controllers. It's a little solenoid that kind of hovers over an orifice to maintain the pressure, and they maintain a very stable pressure. So here we've got a gas, hydrogen, coming into this carrier gas EPC, and then the EPC finds its way to the injector and the column. That's on the top of the GC. But what else is in this GC is a built-in air compressor. This is the built-in air compressor. There's usually a switch here to turn it on and off. It's very quiet. That's why it's expensive, so it doesn't annoy you with the buzz. And lasts a long time. Typically they last about 10 years running 24/7. And these circuit boards here, these 2 circuit boards control these 4 electronic pressure controllers. This circuit board here controls the high voltage to light a PID lamp. This circuit board here controls the column oven. This circuit board controls 2 other heaters, the FID base heater and the PID base heater. I guess there's 2 different heat circuits on this board. There could be a third, but in this GC there's only 2. Then this board here is the amplifier board. And below the amplifier board is the analog to digital converter board, right? So the analog to digital converter board is what plugs into the computer and collects the analog signals that are generated by the detectors. So you can see the fan motor here that's turning the fan on the top of the GC. So this is the short familiarization, just so you know where all the parts are located. This GC over here is slightly more complicated. This GC has something called a pre-concentrator attached to the left side. So just by virtue of that, there's going to be a little more stuff inside the GC. So in this case, here are the electronic pressure controllers again. And then there's this component here, which is a gas sampling valve. This is actually the motor that turns the valve, which is part of the pre-concentrator that's mounted up here on the top left. Otherwise, we have a similar situation. We have 2 boards that control the electronic pressure controllers, and 1 board here that controls the temperature of the traps in the pre-concentrator, and then a circuit board to control the column oven, a circuit board to control the other heater circuits, the amplifier board, the analog to digital converter board, and then a board here which has 4 mechanical relays that can be instructed by the software to actuate or not actuate, and that's to control some outside function like another valve or a solenoid or really anything that you want to automate using the GC as part of the GC analysis. So that's the familiarization for what's in the GC, and thank you for listening.